So I feel like I gotta start this conversation off by saying I'm a pretty left-leaning dude. That I am absolutely for gay marriage. I believe transgender people should use whatever bathroom they want. Personally, I don't care. Like, I've always been of the mindset of, hey, it doesn't affect me directly, go for it. It doesn't hurt anybody, go for it. That's always been my mindset, right? In all honesty, I always thought I was a pretty progressive dude. But I had a really weird encounter with a girl with green hair today. And like I said, to the most of you who know me in real life, like, I am liberal as F, you know? Like, I primaried for Bernie Sanders and all that. But, I don't know, like, it's been a weird day, dude. Like, a really weird day. I've always been a left-leaning guy, but I just got called a misogynistic... I don't know what else you said. I might remember the wording. But, like... Okay, so just to give some context to what I'm about to say, right? We were talking about a car, a 1970 or 69 Ford LTD, right? And I was talking about buying one and turning it into like a badass drag car, or maybe like a badass track day car. Because it was a car that my dad owned, and I've always wanted to have that big American muscle kind of thing. And I quite like those old LTDs. They have like they have the hideaway headlamps and everything. And in terms of what I want in a car, they're pretty cool. Now, my only problem is that the trannies were mostly automatic. I really don't like driving automatics, especially in a performance car. Like, if I'm going to be spending $10,000 to custom build a motor, I want to have it the way I want it, right? And so... we were talking about possible trannies we could put in. Most likely a Borg Warner out of a C5 Vet is what I was thinking of. But the thing is, I don't know if it'll be able to handle the power, so it's probably swap it out to like a straight cut gear set for first, second, and third gear. Now, I was having this conversation with another car dude, like car dudes do, and this chick with the green hair, white girl, white chick-ish, short haircut, green, overhears a conversation, right? And she gets pissed. I'm not too sure what for, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the fact that I use the word tranny to describe a transmission. And it like set her off, like, you misogynistic motherfucker with your heteronormative. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I tried to explain to her that I was talking about transmissions, right? And she's like, the word tranny is derogatory and offends the transgender community. And I was like, well, no, it's a car term. Car guys have been using the word tranny for years. We kept going back and forth about it, and I tried to explain to her that I had no ill against the transgender community. I just want to use the word I want to use to describe a car part. And like, it was a weird conversation because there was such an escalation, right? Every time I tried to use like logic and like facts and shit, she went off, dude. Like, it got to the point where I started to get, like, I was about to get my camera out, my GoPro. And so I'm turning it on, it's beeping and all that. And I look up and this bitch is gone. Right, she is like straight gone. There's a lot of wind buffeting against my helmet. Like, she straight up disappeared. She vanished in a fucking thin air. Her and their crazy ass friend. So after that point, me and my friend, we just left because like people were staring at me. They looked at me like I was some sick piece of shit. And honestly, I didn't want to be there anymore. And it was weird because people almost looked like they were agreeing with her. And what's weird is she called me a Republican piece of shit. Now, one, I'm not a Republican. I voted Democrat this election. I was for Barack Obama before that. And I've always thought of myself as a pretty liberal dude, right? I'm not gonna like judge people on their like religion and shit. It was weird. I understand tranny can be used as a derogatory term against transgender people, and I'm not denying that can happen, but I didn't use it in that manner. And to take something out of context and to call somebody some like I don't even know what fucking heteronormative means, bro. I'm gonna look this stuff up, honestly. And I know misogynist is it's you actively discriminate against dudettes. I'm not down for that, dude. Like, I don't think that's cool. I don't think I've ever used the word dude and dudette on a motor vlog or in real life when I'm talking to my friends. It was just a really weird interaction, right? And like, no matter how much I tried to explain to her that I'm not some dickhead, like it didn't work. And I've talked to this girl before, right? And like we had a similar kind of interaction about the way I speak and my crass jokes. And quite frankly, I think last time she said, "Oh no, I'm funny, I know funny," and then proceeded to tell me that my jokes aren't funny. Here's the thing about comedy. It's subjective, okay? Like what I might find funny, you don't have to find funny, and you probably won't. And to say that I have to change my definition of what's funny to suit you is ridiculous. This was a prior interaction, not like current. But to me, it just seems weird, man. Like, I'm minding my own stuff. I'm not like bashing on anybody. I'm talking about a transmission to a car. And let me just be completely frank so people know my viewpoint. I'm not gonna stop referring to transmissions as trannies. One, tranny is much easier to say. It's a shorter word. And two, you'd be surprised how often in a day I use the word tranny to mean transmissions. Where you're coming from, but I'm not using the word in that context. And to force me to stop saying a word I've been saying since like 5 years old in a totally non-derogatory manner is kind of ridiculous. And quite frankly, at that point, I felt persecuted as a car guy, dude. Like, you know how many people actually know, like, how hard it is to find somebody to talk about car parts, and not just cars in general, but the actual mechanics and parts involved in the actual automobile? It's pretty hard. Not that many people can tell you the difference between a Borg-Warner transmission and the stock, what was it, Ford? Oh crap, I can't remember what the Ford. Either way, I don't mean the word derogatorily or in a derogatory manner. And honestly, I'm not gonna stop saying it. People who know me, people who are in the, like, you know, who've met me, no, I harbor no ill will against anybody, especially based on what they dress like and who they fuck. I don't care. I don't have time to care. if you want to date such and such, go for it. As long as who you're with makes you happy and it's like a non like pedo bear type relationship, and like it's all oh, that felt so good. And it's like a non-pedo bear type situation, I'm down, bro. Do whatever you want. But like to try and actually in the most basic sense of the word, she tried to censor me, which I find wrong on a lot of levels. Mainly because I don't know, bro. It was weird. I don't know whether like this video is either gonna get a ton of hate, a ton of love, or no one's gonna watch it. I'm pretty sure no one's gonna watch it. But at least I'll make my point known. Title of video: I had a weird encounter with a white girl who should be blonde, because I saw her roots, they were blonde, but who had green hair. And actually she was relatively attractive. I don't know. Maybe honestly I should be giving her the benefit of the doubt, because who knows, maybe the term tranny has been used to like personally attack her and has caused her a lot of pain or whatever. But there are lots of words that have been used to hurt me, and I was bullied a lot throughout middle school. But you don't see me going around like telling people that they can't say certain words because it'll hurt my feelings. To me, that's just weird, and it prevents a legitimate dialogue from taking place. Granted, I would never, if I was like on a talk show and I was talking about transgender people, I would never call them trannies. I don't, like, that's like so 1990.